Hey everybody, Deserve to Pay Tourist here. I'm out here just a little bit north of Salt Lake City and got the sunset going down. Figure I just kind of get in here and watch the sunset and all. Let me get the other side here, it's a little bit better. That way I just block the tree at the most. Yeah, it's got a lot better sunsets out this way. East Coast got a few sunsets, every once in a while you get kind of something to like talk about or whatever, but most of the time it's not nowhere near like the West Coast here. You got a lot more space to get more sunset in. I can get my phone to stand up. I think with the sun into it, it's kind of blocking me out. Which, oh well, it is what it is. So how everybody doing tonight? I know it's kind of getting late tonight. Yeah, I got about another. I'm just barely above Ogden, Utah. Uh, that's that's a little bit more north of Salt Lake City. Yeah, right now we got some little clouds in front of the sunset, so it's kind of messing it up. But I like to try to hit that sunset I seen last night. That sunset kind of like what was it? The Karate Kid had the cloud kind of go like the sunset here. It had the sun, then it had the cloud kind of go like this here through it. It was really neat. I really wanted to get that, but didn't really have time at the moment to stop and get that shot. Took a picture of it, but that's the one thing out here that trying to get a sunset picture or the clouds you can kind of do, but sunsets and stuff, I don't have the best of equipment to be doing that, and the UV filter and all to do that. So maybe later on I'll get some better pictures, but for now I reckon this is kind of what I have to do. Maybe go live and just kind of show it this way. Maybe I'll look up one day and actually get a good one on video instead of trying to take a picture of it. Still would look a lot better if I had a UV filter or something over it. Might should have just grabbed my glasses, my sunshades, that UV. It would help anyway. But I figured I'd just go on for a few minutes and ain't got much battery left. And figured I'd just go on live for a few minutes and see if anybody showed up and say hey or something. And get to see a nice little sunset like this. So, yeah, I'm still on the way down to Hurricane, Utah. I got about another 350 miles, so that's about 6.5 hours for tomorrow. I'll get down there, and right now I don't have a plan out of there yet, and it's the weekend, so it's gonna kind of suck being in the middle of nowhere, you know. And but yeah, it's just planning up sitting there at least a day, get out of there maybe Monday, and probably end up having to hit either Las Vegas or LA to get a load out. I know there's a bunch of loads in Las Vegas that leaves there and goes either to Texas or Oklahoma or almost South Carolina. I know there's a few loads that go to North Carolina, but sometimes just getting that one load out of all the drivers we have, sometimes nil to none, but I do have my home time already set for next weekend. Doggy flies around here. One place you aggravated by the gnats, and then you go to another place and there's flies. It's swarming around here. Go over there, find something dead. Dog. Jeez. I reckon with the camera kind of blacking me out with this light, then maybe I'll look a little bit better for the camera anyway. I won't break it. Yeah, I have an airport on the other side of the road, and I'm on I-15 here, almost to Ogden, Utah. Yeah, I'm just not seeing anybody sign in. I don't know if anybody's just not getting my notifications or YouTube messed me up or what, but it's a couple of lives now and nobody's actually even showed up. Oh well. At least I made a video, I did it live. Somebody comes in and sees it later, then that's great. At least I made a video. Somebody wanted to watch the sunset go down anyway, so regardless if anybody signed in or not, I'm still sitting here and watching the sunset. Usually when I get stopped early enough, this is what I try to do, try to sit out here. But I'm not in anything spectacular other than a long distance there to the mountains. Yeah, you can kind of see the mountains right at the bottom here. But you're talking about mountains. I think the closest one's over here right behind the tree right here. That's about the closest one right in here. And that one, that's right at the top of the bush. It's right there. I'm kind of still in the way. Right there. That's the closest mountain. That's probably at least about 30 miles away. Those mountains over here that you can barely see, those were probably at least 50 miles, at least. It'd take you almost an hour to get there just running regular highway speed. Out here, speed limit sometimes about 80 miles an hour. So I think the speed limit out here right now is 65, 70. But yeah, usually when you start getting out there on 80 and 90, start heading out across, it starts getting under 80 miles an hour. Great day, flies. Yeah, this kind of making it miserable here actually. Nice sunset, but these flies about ready to get me a suit on. Wish I had some of my hunting outfits to keep the mosquitoes and stuff away. And keep some of these flies away. Great God. Then I could just pass off being a nasty truck driver. You know, once every 2 months, get in the shower or whatever, it kind of plays along to part two, I reckon. Nah, it's just usually you try to get it in every other day. But otherwise, you're stopping too much, spending a lot of money to take showers, and just a lot of time stopping when you're on a trip and trying to go somewhere. You know, you want to try to keep that door closed as much as possible, and just try to get the mileage in. And when you're a truck driver, you get paid by the miles, and them wheels ain't turning, you ain't earning. So yeah, you stop about every other night, get a shower. Try to do it that way. It kind of does a lot better. That's about kind of a best way to do it. Usually roll of thumbs about every other night. You can get it every night, that'd be nice when you can. But I'm pretty sure it ain't the reason why all these flies are here. Good God. Go find a septic tank somewhere. Jesus. Should have brought my little thermocell, maybe tried it and see if it work on these flies. Jeez. Works on mosquitoes though. And yeah, you can refill those bottles. There's a few channels on YouTube already. It's got little directions on how to do it. But yeah, you can do it. But about the only place I can find the bottles with extra nozzles in top. Because usually when you just buy one of the things at local Walmart, usually it's just got the butane bottles where you just like refill lighters with. It's only got that one nozzle. But if you go to like Menards, it's about the only place I've been able to find them is Menards, and you just go in there and go to the section where you got the butane and stuff at, and little propane bottles. Excuse me. And pick up a butane bottle, and it's got the usually the big one, but I found some the other week over in Owensboro with Catman there, and they had the little small bottle and they had the big bottle, but they had multi tips in the top of it, and you can get that, and then it's got a tip in there that actually works with that, fits into that nozzle a little bit easier. So. Yeah, they're kind of, the tips are kind of closed, but they still want to leak a little bit more than what you really want. So you lose a lot of the spray. Jeez. Gonna get up for a second there. Oy. Yeah, that's a beautiful sunset right there like that. Couldn't see much of the sun this time, but it was a good looking sunset last night though, I seen. Wish I could have got it. Well, I just didn't want to stop quite that soon. That was another hour I could have got down the road, made my hours, my mileage, and stop at a truck stop. And I really, there was a little small rest area there that I could have stayed at, but just didn't. And want to try to get down to a truck stop and run another hour down the road. So in order to get there early enough to get me a park, I had to keep on moving. If I would stop for 30 minutes to catch the sunset, I wouldn't have got a park. But right after I pulled in there, it probably wasn't 10, 15 minutes later, all the spots I hadn't seen, all the ones I did see when I pulled in was gone. And the sunset's about gone. That's a fly going over the camera, the blackjack. But oh well. Yeah, it's a pretty sunset there. Give it a few more minutes here. I know my battery's about to die. And thought I was going to miss the sunset again, so I didn't really plug my phone in. I didn't think I'd be able to get out here. Didn't know where I was going to stop at. And I know a couple of truck stops just down the road here is getting full. Plus, there ain't really nowhere to sit and get a decent sunset without a bunch of trucks and a bunch of engines running. I figure it's a rest area I can kind of do this. Let's get a beautiful sunset. Oh, there's my little thing saying my battery's low, so get another minute of this, and then I'll show you around the rest area for a minute. Yeah, I've been going for 13 minutes. Let's make it another couple of minutes, make it 15, and I'll call it done. See if I can walk around a little bit. Like a little gazebo kind of thing. A little table on that. We got one on the other side. It's like a three-way kind of thing. Oh, got my fat finger in the way. One over here, one on the other side. It's like a little Y in the middle. Got tables at it. Jeez. So, yeah, I'm here in Utah, just about 10 miles above Ogden, and then about 30 miles north of Salt Lake City. There's a sign over here, the one I got picture with to make my thumbnail for this video. You'll see it. There's the there's the rest area building. Sunset's going down behind it. A couple of these little table areas. There's the sign right there. Trucks out there. And a few people out here. A couple more penny tables over there. Yeah, I like that bus there. It's got like a living quarters and all. That the side back there, it folds out like a tent side, kind of like a pop-up camper. And they got a bunch of seats in the front where the bus part is. But the high rise in the back is just a bunch of beds, like bunk beds, laid sideways there. Got a bunch of little small windows on the other side. It's like 3 stories in the back, three-story high. So the guy said it came from Germany. It's a tour bus from Germany. And I don't know how true it is or what. I have to look it up, but maybe somebody else will know more about that than I do. It's been there. Maybe somebody like Pusha Studios that goes there, has lived there. Maybe they'll know what a bus that is. But anyway, here's the sign. It's there. Let's get a shot of this. Life elevated. Yes, it is. Well, everybody, this is Urban the Paid Tourist. Still getting paid to tour at the moment. So anyway, thank you for checking out my channel. Click that subscribe button if you haven't already done it. Don't forget the notification bell. And always, that like button is free. So let's see about getting some likes on there. But I ain't that crappy. I'm doing better videos than some, I think. I think I am. If you really want to laugh, go watch my fly fishing video. You can learn a lot off of that one. How to bust your tail for one. I almost did. Almost. But anyway, everybody, this is Urban the Paid Tourist. You have a good day. Thank you.